Come on for the body, no they breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that this. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If no be kalala, kalala, yeah. If you no be kalala, get them food. Oh my joke, what you want, my jojo? And if you know the girl like get the food, but you back, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. You back, yeah. Joy is coming. Money I leave the morning. You back, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. You back, yeah. Joy is coming. Money I the morning. Up never. Do what you wanna do. I want to be shining what day. Yeah. Don't make tender. I want to live for the world. I want to live for the world. Yeah. It's in a me, take it easy. Catch this on cruise. You spoke one for days. Come on for the body, no they breathe. Put on your shoe, make it stand that deep. All your sorrow, make it dance them free. If you know big kalala, yeah. If you know big kalala, get them food. I'm a jogo, what you want, my jojo? Money, my jogo, and if you know big kalala, get them food. Odupa, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, yeah. Joy is coming. When you the morning, Dupa, yeah. Joy is coming, joy is coming. Dupa, yeah. Joy is coming. When you leave the morning,
some people will be singing Coco Pila. It's Rise Up Lagos, it's Rise Up Nigeria, and it's time for our community report. But before we go into community report, we have Akin Fatuke in the house. So good to see you again. Good morning.
Always a pleasure to be here. Good morning, TESSY. This must be a champion amongst FMs, isn't it?
It is, yes, it is.
Nice people. Taiwo, I can see you. I can see my friend behind the console who has told me that everything here is easy. And I was just looking at him. He looks easy anyway. Good morning, Nigerians. Always a pleasure to be a guest to our delectable TESSY. God bless you. Thanks for inviting me here.
Amen. Thank you for coming. Thank you for always turning up. Thank you. All right, it's a community report this morning, and many fear dead as gunmen from Anambra community. Residents of Ekuloba in Aguata local government area of Anambra State fled in panic yesterday morning as armed men stormed the area firing gunshots indiscriminately. Eyewitness said the attackers dressed in mafia-style outfit arrived in Sienna vehicles and unleashed terror, shooting sporadically, causing chaos across the town. According to sources, several people sustained injuries, vehicles were set ablaze, and some residents were reported killed. It was gathered that many locals abandoned their homes in search of safety, while security operatives were said to be initially absent. A resident who spoke on condition of anonymity criticized the effectiveness of security operations such as Agune Chamber and Operation Udoga Achi initiated by the government. Meanwhile, the Anambra State Police Command confirmed the incident, and according to the command spokesperson, DSP Tochukwu Ikenga, 2 civilians were killed in the attack, while one of the gunmen was neutralized and 4 vehicles recovered. He said that the Commissioner of Police, Ikyoye Orutu, is a field man who will not allow hoodlums to overrun Anambra State, assuring that his men have taken control of the area. And now to Benin City. Shooting spree in Auchi Poly SUG election, management denies debt. There was sporadic shooting at the sport complex of the Federal Polytechnic Auchi that marred the school's election into the Student Union Government SUG. An incident the school, however, denied any debt contrary to online report and the 2023 presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi. Obi was quoted to have said that he watched the video that showed students running for their lives as they were being shot at during the student election yesterday, which left 2 students dead and several injured. A statement by the Director of Public Relations Division, Auchi Polytechnic, Angela Egeli, made the reported death and said that the management categorically state that these claims are false, misleading, and completely unfounded. The following security agencies were on ground to monitor the elections: Nigerian Army, Nigerian Police Force, Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Force, that is the NSCDC, Directorate of State Security DSS, the Mobile Police MOPOL, and the local vigilante group. Subsequently, I quote now, subsequently, we urge the general public, stakeholders and members of the press to disregard this misinformation. Auchi Polytechnic remains committed to maintaining a safe and secure environment for all students and staff. To Ondo State. Anxiety mounts in Ondo over missing undergraduates. Anxiety grip Ondo State over the sudden disappearance of 2 students of the state-owned Adekunle Ajasin University, Akungba Akoko. The 200-level students that have been declared missing for over 2 weeks are Andrew Oka of the Department of History and International Studies in the Faculty of Arts, and John Abba of the Department of Economics in the Faculty of Agriculture. A student of the institution who identified himself as Ajibola told newsmen that efforts to track the missing students through their phone numbers have proved abortive. We need help and we have reported to the school management and the police, but we are not getting the response we need. They are telling us to just calm down. There is nothing tangible that has been done. They only said that we should be calm and that there's probability that they both went for vacation, but the students' community is already worried and also agitated. The spokesperson for the institution, Mr. Victor Akinpelumi, could not be reached for comment, but the top management staff of the institution told newsmen the matter had been reported to the police for necessary action. Contacted the image maker of the State Police Command, Anyolade Olayinka, said that the case is under investigation.
Espling on the track.
Osun Monarch probes land grabbing allegations against chiefs. The Owa Bokun of Ijesha Land, Owa Clement Adesui Astrap, has established a 7-member committee to investigate various allegations of misconduct among its chiefs. A statement issued by the Paramount Rules Media Aide, Isaac Astrop, disclosed that the committee will investigate boundary dispute and land grabbing allegations against Ijesha Land chiefs. Residents of Ijesha Land have reportedly complained about the alleged dispossession of their land by certain chiefs. The traditional ruler tasked the committee, chaired by the Salotun of Ilesha, Chief Disu Yedele, with investigating complaints against its chiefs by the people of Ijesha Land, examine controversies surrounding certain chieftain titles and boundary dispute with neighboring towns and villages. In another development, Oba Astrop declared zero tolerance for cultism and other crimes, promising to support the police in their effort to make Ijesha Land uninhabitable for criminals. He praised the Ilesha Area Commander of Police of maintaining peace in Ilesha and his environ July 7, 2025. They previously met by fire due to cultist activities.
Espling on the track.
Now, to Oyo State, 3 school children, Okada rider crushed to death in Oyo. So sad. A commercial truck on Tuesday crushed 3 children's secondary school students and 1 commercial motorcyclist, popularly called Okada rider, to death in the Oluyole local government area of Oyo State. The incident occurred on the Abanla Idianyure Road in the morning when the students were going to school. Multiple witnesses said the driver of a commercial truck operating in the area rammed into the motorcycle carrying the 3 students after a failed attempt to take another vehicle and crushed them. The driver of the truck has reportedly run away from the accident scene immediately. Witnesses further said that the distraught student poured into the street shortly after the incident, blocking the road, and demanded justice and urgent government intervention. It was also learned that emotions run high as a commercial motorcyclist and resident joined in solidarity, condemning the recurring danger posed by heavy-duty vehicles on the road. And here in Lagos rolls out free medication for 1,000 cases. The Lagos Multi-Law Court House has announced plans to mediate over 1,000 disputes across the state during the upcoming Lagos Statewide Settlement Week. The return of a statewide settlement week is an initiative aimed at decongesting court docket and expanding access to justice through alternative dispute resolution. The initiative will run from July 14 to 18 and it will take place simultaneously at 5 court divisions: Ikeja, TBS, Osborne, Takpa, and Ikorodu, as well as at local government offices in Alimosho, Ajeromi, Ifelodun, Amuwo, Dofin, Ikorodu, and this island. Justice Ekpaye said the program builds on over a decade of ADR sources in Lagos, highlighting the achievement of the Lagos Multi-Door Court House. According to her, the 2025 editions aim to decentralize access to justice and promote a faster, more amicable way of resolving dispute outside formal litigation. And that's it on Community News Report and Rise Up Lagos, Rise Up Nigeria this morning. And up next is our newspaper review. Don't touch that dial. Wait, Akin Fatunke.
S play on the track.
Down, 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 down.
Plus, it's only my bad day, yeah. Don't be smarting, don't be smarting, don't be smarting. I said don't be smarting, don't be smarting, don't be smarting. Hey. Looking back to all the years that you and I spent together, it seems like you play me on.
All right, it's Rise Up Lagos, it's Rise Up Nigeria, and it's time for us to talk about what is trending in Nigeria, what is happening in Nigeria. We're looking at some newspaper, some dailies front page this morning to go deeper this morning. Those ones like Ifatuke is around, I'm telling you, it's versatile, talks about everything. Take him to the financial world is there. Bring him back to the political world is granted. Take him to the oil sector is granted because I think you should introduce yourself properly. I would have gotten the profile. I don't have it because I my phone, so I know I have the profile before. But maybe you have to still send it back to me again.
Oh, well. Thank you very much, TESSY. Always a pleasure. I must say, like the two hands that most people have. You know, apologies for people who may not have hands. We may just assume. It takes two hands to wash and wash properly. You say that I am at home with various subjects, and it's because the likes of you have put my feet to the fire in a way of thriving, making sure that you are not just on top of your game. I am an economist by training. I was at the Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, and professionally, I'm a chartered accountant. I spent the better part of my career working in the oil sector, specifically Mobil Nigeria PLC, one of then Exxon Mobil subsidiary affiliates, not subsidiary, excuse me, affiliates in Nigeria, and we prided ourselves as being the very first. If you have heard about kerosene, sunflower kerosene, and all that, we battered it. I have had to do a lot of stints in finance, in treasury, in pure accounting, in audit, in planning, in real estates and facilities. I never had any training in broadcasting until I met the likes of TESSY. And I just felt that, why do these people look so beautiful and so well honed on you? So when I got a change in my career within the ExxonMobil, an accountant now becoming the corporate affairs person, I had my stint with the media, of course, with the politicians, National Assembly, but where I reside now in Lagos State, I am of Ogun State, and the legislatures. So that widened my scope, being with the good, with the bad, with the ugly. I've since retired from ExxonMobil, and right now I do my little bit here and there as a chartered accountant with my practice at King Funke and Co. I think, like I said, the likes of TESSY pushed me within my profession, that the Institute of Chartered Accountants of Nigeria felt that this man can speak little English. So let him come and anchor our Icon on Air. It was an Icon on Air educational series. And I poised myself. I would ask the likes of TESSY, how do I look? Just say, look, just look straight. Just speak up, speak confidently, You can't know it all, but you're trying to bring knowledge to the public, and quite a number of people enjoyed that. I've been with TESSY now on radio, um, in television, uh, doing a lot of public communications, doing a lot of MC roles and jobs, community, just name it. Right now, I just do freelance. I try to share my knowledge as much as I can while soaking knowledge from others. Thank you very much for having me again.
It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Always a pleasure to have you on any show. All right, we'll start this morning with the Punch newspaper. We have the Punch newspaper, their banner headlines: diplomatic tension. Federal government pushes back as US UAE tighten visa rules. And the federal government has expressed concern over the recent decision of the United States to impose tighter visa restrictions on Nigerian citizens, describing the move as the proportionate, calling for reconsideration and the spirit of mutual respect and cooperation. And this comes again just as the United Arab Emirates imposed tougher entry conditions for Nigerian travelers, banning transit visa applications entry entirely. When I saw that news yesterday, when the American explained that just one single, how do they even call it in their own terms? The single visa entry.
Single entry for 3 years.
For 3 years,
Yeah.
and that for 3 months.
For 3 months.
For 3 months,
For
not
3
even
months.
3 years. For 3 months.
From 5 years at the stretch, yes. Excuse me, for 3 months.
For
yes.
3 months.
Yeah.
So I was now wondering, when I was talking with my man yesterday, and he was even explaining it better like that 3 months, that means it's just single entry in
Correct.
3 months. What have we done? What is our sin? And the United Arab Emirates again. Why? When the president first came in, when he first ascended the seat, the throne, he had a meeting with them, and we told that all the dispute and everything that we were celebrating in Nigeria. I was part of those that celebrated it on here. But now, what exactly is happening?
It is a received practical theory that when something happens to you, like the Yorubas will say, you trip and fall. If you're an elder, you look back and see what could possibly have tripped you. But if you are not wise enough and then you wear the toga of a child, you keep on looking up to the front and wanting to get to where you are going. Well, you will never get there because you see more things trip you. Yes, I agree. It is not a flying
Okay.
flag.
A
Time.
quick one. On Wednesday again, the British High Commission in Abuja also announced a change to the United Kingdom's immigration process for Nigerians applying for study and work visas.
Correct. So this has long been coming, and like I said,
It's been coming.
yes, long been coming. We haven't planted ourselves collectively, both as leaders and those who are led, and shown ourselves as good ambassadors. The first that I am going to say is to start from our leadership. And a matter of fact, part of their horizontal is issues surrounding security, issues surrounding economic hardship, and TESSY. And those who are listening to me, including myself, will I say we don't have those issues? Yes, we have those issues. And
That's the bitter truth.
who impose those on us? We ourselves, our politicians, our politicians. There's a difference. There are politicians, there are those who trick in politics. And then there are those who are the followers of different hue. What Charlie Ball called Mumu, yeah, you just take virtually anything. So now got ourselves into a jambalaya. Jambalaya is like trying to get an omelette from an egg, just scatter them together. A jambalaya of false moves, false hopes, and false expectation. So I've spoken about others. I'll just give two examples. Um, we still, in my honest opinion, have not decided on how we are going to have our leaders, how we are going to elect them, how we are going to um, accept that they are leaders or that they are rulers, and how they get there. The second point, Tessie, is the issue of security. I still believe in the global uh, space. We are lying that we are a country, we are not. We have different tongues, we have different tribes, and then, yes, we have been coerced by force of states to now then say we'll call ourselves Nigeria. Yes, ideally, that is how it should be. In reality, we go a separate agenda, so to speak. And because governance has not benefited us, or we have contributed to our governance, we now have what you call SDG goals.
Even Canada came out with
17
a new one.
SDG goals, including security, like you talked about, including economy, including health, including education, including gender equality, including, just name them. And if you look at all those 17 SDG goals, Nigeria has virtually always been on yellow to red, oscillating between yellow to red. And that led to the Japa or no Japa syndrome. So if you have a headache as a leader, you go abroad. If the university system has collapsed or tertiary institutions have collapsed, you want to go abroad and Japa and all that. After COVID in 2019, 2020, virtually everything collapsed. Our electricity infrastructure and capacity to be able to do that collapsed. We haven't planned on our agri. Hunger and anger has fueled the land. Amidst that, of course, then we started the play about harassment or no harassment, the National Assembly, and a senator of the Federal Republic made an accusation. Not just that accusation, and she, on her own, went abroad and showed to the whole world that virtually the National Assembly is made up of pedophiles, including sexual harassers.
Natasha,
we need to
Natasha
at least
Dogan.
go through the normal process. When you go to throw a stone, so to speak, because you are angry or you want to play the politics, you don't know who that stone might be hitting. Now, part of it is
our problem.
exactly what we are seeing. On the flip side of that, of course, we would say the president of the National Assembly, Senator Akpabio, who all through that time has been perceived and seen not to be decorous, either in the way he spoke or the way he, to have a history of NDDC probe and all that kind of stuff. So when, like I said, you put all those kind of things in Jambalaya, the whole world was watching. What kind of country it is, and then we now then get situations where we needed deep-set reforms. But those reforms have their salutary aspect, because that is the way we should really be going. That's the way of looking back and see what has tumbled us. When Nigeria was going down the hill, and then when people jackpot, either because you needed to go on visits, you misapply and you misuse your opportunity, and then you jump ship. That has always been there with our musicians. When you take musicians abroad and stuff like that, they jackpot, and you don't see them again. And then got into the green card for frauds. I got into a lot of drug-related things.
Cultism in Dubai. I could remember in Dubai then.
It is not
Cultism
far-fetched.
fight.
So if as I'm an elder, and I just told you that I'm equally, uh, I felt very, very, very embarrassed, but I know where we are coming from. I knew where that ship was coming from. So we are there right now, and I am inspired, Tessie. Yeah, I'm inspired that when we have a problem, and I have done the fishbone analysis of why I think I've fallen. I'm not going to be pointing at Taiwo. I'm going to be looking at her. Let her say whatever it is. Let her say what she has said at me. Yes. Then I look at myself. Is what she's saying right? Yeah. Yes. But what she's saying is right. But she ain't gotten an idea of what I'm going through. That's my own business. It is now for me to now begin to try and correct that perception by character, by capacity, by compassion. Okay? And by depth, showing a lot of good example. We were coming from a very bad place, I know. I've not checked our population. We are having children and producing like rat and rabbits. We have a population which we needed to have harnessed into economic and cultural prosperity. Yes, we are doing quite well in some areas, but for the vast majority, you find them in IDP camps. You find them as ready-made tools to recruit into Boko Haram, into suicide, into suicide bombing. Before this, European Union, yes, and before UAE, before America and Canada, not America, before they came clamping, they had been issuing what you call advisory, security advisory. I have always known that ever since my days. Look, there are certain places you should go, there are certain places you should not go, and all that. So at the end of the day, we are there. We have, why I said I have a hope is, we have a Minister for Interior, Mr. Ojo. In the whole of the DIN, meaning confusion, in the whole of the noise, which we need to sift, the gentleman made a statement, and I'm seeing a situation that we are not putting that statement up. America, Nigeria, European countries, European Union, including the UAE, have always indicated that our data print in terms of who's going out where, how do they, please exchange, let's exchange information and exchange data. Language Tamedo, not my friend Olube, now have gone out there and they are not coming back. Can we begin to exchange data information? They have always been saying that long time. We have really not succeeded. What we succeed in doing is that we have Nigerians of different tongues who go out there to go and decimate and spoil the image of Nigeria, apart from what the politicians are doing. So Mr. Ojo has now then said, yes, we have improved relatively. We are going to continue to make sure that we are going to strengthen our data exchange capacity. We have the same in our security architecture. So when you have people, both in government especially, and who are politicians especially, who are sponsoring terrorism, and we've been given that list, and up till now we are not doing anything about it. We know we have, but that political will to do what is right, let's make it highly, very open. So I'm happy he made that statement. I'm also very happy at the statement that was made by the Minister of Foreign Affairs. You read excerpts of it. We are friendly countries. It's a bit high-handed. Yes, it may be high-handed. I just made the example of Taiwo calling me a thief. Yes, okay, right. Because she stole it with me. So I'm a thief. I have to prove that I'm not a thief, or I have to stop stealing, so to speak. But one of the things I will then ask Taiwo is that I can prove to Taiwo that, well, this thing that I've stolen, I took it from your backyard. How do you get it into your backyard in the first place? So if you call me a thief, yes, I'm Ali Baba, the head of the thieves. You too, you are you are and abetting. So Ali Baba and the 40 thieves. The point I want to make there, therefore, it's always easy to point a finger. But the European Union, both America, both Canada, are also guilty in sense that they were aiders and abettors of certain things that we have seen in India. Mail fraud, internet fraud. They aided, and they were part of it. So I am saying I'm going to look at myself, I have to clean myself as I can, and then I also say, based on that statement that foreign ministry said, please, let's reopen, let's look at it again. We're going to do our own bit of it. We had that challenge in our aviation when they said they were going to block they were not going to come in here and stuff like that. We started making progress. This gentleman who is a poster boy in this present administration started making a lot of process, making things to try and change. But are we going to be able to change it in such a jiffy? No. It has to be a continuous, progressive action. And all of us, I saw the portion, TESSY. I think portion, the first thing, the government is not doing well. Yes, I don't doubt that the government is not doing well. But are they not our brothers and sisters? Are they not the people who refuse to vote for? Are we not the ones that are singing Babel songs and showing ourselves? When others have
world.
all those challenges,
That's it.
they know they have challenges, but they have a way of saying, no, let's cover it up. Nigerians will be the first to say that
I keep saying it. That's it. That's what we are facing now.
The way you dress that you are going to be addressed.
Addressed,
so to
yeah.
speak. Yes,
Yeah,
it's the way.
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, this is more than an eye-opener for all of us to take hard and concrete decisions to do things that are right. So if Taiwo sees, Taiwo and I are neighbors, okay? She sees something that I'm doing that is not right, she has to say something. If it's the other way around, I also have to say something to correct her or to correct them. We have to know the people that live with us. We have to find way around population control, like Imon saying. And if we believe that because culturally we are different, then let's find a way to tell ourselves that basic truth. And I started from that Nigeria as a country has to find a bearing, tell ourselves the truth. The union is not working the way they should work. Let's find a way to remain Nigeria, but go our separate ways, develop at our different paces. I'm happy Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration it or leaving. Leave it is also talking about looking at this omnibus constitution. Have state police. Let local government be able to work. Will that happen? It's now left for all of us. Why? Some will say yes, some will say no. So if you say no, okay, go your little way according to do what you want to do in your little way and decide what we are going to put there at the center. The tax reforms was a very germane example of the big octopus that has always been in the room. We now need to unravel them. It got to a stage where we are now then saying, if you don't produce, you don't eat. And then, we still had a lot of shocks in there. Because at the end of the day, this was supposed to give Taiwo, who is earning by far less, a leeway so I should not pay tax. And if I am earning much more, I should be able to pay more. Try and equalize things. The tax reform has been signed, yes, a step in the direction. We're now looking at the issue of being banned by European Union, by America. Ideas that let me tell you something. When I was in service, Europeans came from US and stuff like that and made statements to me like, Akin, are you aware that one of the reasons, please just keep this, that anytime they wanted me to come to Nigeria, I just wanted to come back in the day. That you have the sweetest pineapples. And these are pineapples that we have in here, and then we are allowed to rot because we don't have good roads, we don't have red wayside, we don't have this and that. We don't, and then we begin to kill one another in such crazy and nasty ways. I was looking at a clip, and I'm sure maybe you are going to get there, or maybe you've seen it. That some African countries were invited to the White House.
I was about asking you that. Are we
by-
not losing face?
No, we are not losing
Why are we
face.
not part of the West African and Central Africa
No,
countries he has invited? I think we are losing face, and maybe that's why they're giving us a single
no,
entry visa.
no.
I was asking
No,
that.
the reason why we are giving extra visa, I know. Me, I know. You know. We all know. But sometimes that will tell us a bit of a lie. We don't belong. I mean, due respect, we don't belong in the league of people that
He
countries
invited.
and that were invited.
But the ADC are mocking the president, the coalition party. The ADC, I saw their news yesterday, they're mocking the president that we've lost
That
faith.
is the way of politicians.
Politicians.
That is the way of
That we were
politicians.
no among
That
the ones
is,
that
that is
invited.
where we have turned ourselves into. That's a politics and all that. If Taiwo falls down, I'll start to mock her, forgetting that road that she passed, there's a banana peel that can also fall
Falling
down. And that. So politics and politicians will always look at that.
And it's true, if you look at the countries invited, we're past their league. Yes, I love that.
Those ones are not in our league.
Yeah.
I know. That does not mean that we are doing very well. We
Well.
are doing fantastically well, like Cameron.
No.
And then the guy has called all of us shithole countries and all that. And then he got the Liberian president that was saying,
You speak good English.
You spoke.
That, yeah.
You spoke good English. And I'm going to say this because I had an experience back in there. I was the only black person in the room. The people from different countries.
You're all white. We're all white.
Many years ago. And then when a question was asked, and then I mean, time was just exactly the way you are. I mean, we are saying for the very first time. And then this. And, you know, the guy, the lecturer or the facilitator did not know when he just said, I thought they said you are from Nigeria. I said, yes, I'm from Nigeria. You know. Before he asked that question, before he asked me, after I gave my inputs, there were Chinese, there were Japanese, all Indonesia, all countries of the world, Russia, and all that could speak English. Italians. Then he said, that is the gentleman's perspective, any other perspective, and all that. Some people made some feeble things and stuff like that. That was when he now busted out. I said, I thought they say you are from Nigeria. Yes, I am from Nigeria. They said that you people, okay, you must have come to the US or the UK for your. No, I schooled, bread, buttered. Even if you didn't have butter back in the days, it was okay. That, yes. Then he made the comments. So this kind of thing can happen. My mind went back to fella Nicola Kokuti. Insisted. When he got in there, they said they thought he had a tail. And they couldn't ask him directly, so they tried to put their hand, you know. So, and I said, yes, I am a proud Nigerian. That particular year, that must be 2000, and I'm talking, this was Singapore actually. I've mentioned this a couple of times before. Around 2000 and 2014. Not too long. Or is it 2004, 2005, or 2008? Sorry, the dates escaped me. It was not too far from the first set of that were captured.
The Chibok girls. Which one?
The Chibok girls.
The Chibok girls.
The Chibok girls.
Okay.
So, not too far from there, before the Chibok girls were captured, there was a February 15 incident a year before or that year, where the students were slaughtered at Buniyadi. They were sleeping and they were slaughtered. So then the guy said that a lot of the things we hear about your country, please listen. A lot of the things we hear about your country, you butcher children, you capture girls and all that kind of stuff. What do you know? Attention, turn to me in class. What do you have to say there? So I got up and I said, "It is true." That shocked the whole house. You know what
They
happens?
were expecting you to deny it.
Yes.
Oh no,
Expecting it from you.
what do you call it? Patriotism, or repair of country. Oh, it's not as bad. You don't want to color. No, I don't color anything. Yes, our girls were captured in school. I'm still grieving. And our political elites, shortly after that happened, remember that Jonathan Kanu was dancing as Zonto. Remember? And I said yes. And then thereafter, Madam Peace was now saying, there is God,
There is God,
there's
oh.
God, oh. We started theater. I said, it is true. That happened. I even reminded them that before then, children were stopped. You need to see, it was a call. I said, children were slaughtered. I said, excuse me. I think it was a Japanese girl. Excuse me. What did you say? What did you say? I said they went there and slaughtered children like.
So sad.
Let me tell you, so sad. It's not something I wanted to say, but that is the truth. Before the Almighty God that I serve, I'm making this statement. The whole class got up. They started clapping.
Just because of the truth.
But they say, well, they've met so many other Nigerians. They don't say it this way and all that kind of stuff. I said,
Always try to cover it.
I said, however, ladies and gentlemen, can you look at me? I am that same Nigerian, but I'm different. If you're talking about the male fraud, and I want to marry you for that and all that kind of stuff, I handle many of those things. They are aiders and abettors from your end.
Yeah. Yes.
You have not worked for something you want to come and. That does not mean that it's. I still have the letter of commendation that was given to Exxon Mobil Nigeria that there is a different Nigerian. He didn't go to Oxford, he didn't go to Cambridge, he didn't go to and all that kind of stuff. We'll begin to, first of all, tell ourselves this truth. I've mentioned a couple
Let's
of truths
accept
here.
the truth first before
The
we fight
truth
the
is,
truth.
we have been given visa restrictions because we have not danced well. We have the capacity to be able to dance well, but we are not dancing well. Between the rulers, not leaders, and the ruled, between the comedians and the jokers, we are just dancing around and all that, all for quest for power. But within all that is a strength of one person, a Noah, who is saying the end is coming. Come into the ship. Those who will hear, those who will not hear. And come into the ship and let's reshape, refocus, tell ourselves the truth. The union is not working the way it should work. We have to find a way around this. Moving to 2027 now. Exactly what happened in 2023 still happen. Everybody is fighting here and there. Coalition that you don't like the gentleman. I don't have a problem with not liking the gentleman, but be serious. Be serious about looking at things. That's the only reason why I want to do is just to put the man down. What are you going to put when you come in there? So
That's the sad truth.
the visa or no visa thing, just a tip of the iceberg. So it's a tip of the iceberg.
We might be among the countries that they will ban from even entering
We
their.
are going to get more. But we are still like a diamond. We are shining. but we are buried under the ground. They know that for sure. It is for us to now then say, look, we're diamond.
They can't stop us from entering.
You
but-
will have to come back to us. I believe we have Nigerians that are doing fantastically well in
Yeah.
the US.
Yes. In
and
Canada.
I can tell you,
Yeah.
I can tell you for
Yes.
free
Yes.
that Donald Trump knows that. I can tell you that Donald Trump, at his first coming, had a Secretary of State. That Secretary of State at that time, his name is Rex Tillerson. Rex Tillerson was the chief samurai. Okay, by that I mean the head of ExxonMobil worldwide went and took the position of Secretary of State at his first coming. Early days. Rex Tillerson came to Nigeria, recognized the Nigeria. There were certain things he said, diplomatically, I may not be able to say that this is the potential. When I was in ExxonMobil, it was then we were talking about also fields, talking about gas reserves that were all wasting and all that, and that we needed to realign. It got to the hearing of Donald Trump. Donald Trump, back in the day before he started this Pata kind of ruling, recognized that so much. Why I'm saying that is that, when visiting UAE lately, it was shown. And Dangote was specifically and specially invited by UAE. And when he was shaking people's hands, he got to Dangote, somebody whispered into his ears. I then looked at the guy, shook him and all that. Trump knows we have the potential. The only thing is that they cannot capture us and come and cajole us like
the way he did Libya.
like the way he did to the few countries that just went to and was going to do. He knew.
That's it from another
The
perspective.
Nigerian Justapo. You ask. Your English is good. I said you're speaking Texas English, Mr. Donald Trump. He will shake.
Yeah.
He will shake.
Yeah.
Where did you school? I said, where I schooled Ahmadu Bello University. Have you had that before? No. Donald, where did you school? What I heard about you is that you come here and there. I will say it to him right there and then. But you can only do that when you have first confidence. Two, you don't have skeletons in your cupboard.
Yeah.
Right? Being poor does not mean that you are poor, but you can be rich upstairs. And
Be poor financially.
That is the situation Nigeria has found itself. The potential that we are still diamond. They want to come for us. We have divided ourselves and turned ourselves thin. We know that we are not just regional powers that stand up to US and America, Canada combined. They know that our gas is all, which this administration is now saying vision wise. Let's find a way around it. But then what is the response that you are giving? Pull him down. He can't do that. He couldn't do that. So if you want to pull him down, I have no problem. Then be serious.
They are not serious.
TESSY, you want to pull me down and you allow me to sit down on this seat, you should not give me a seat. You should make life a bit difficult for me. And tell me that while I'm sitting down, I've become so lazy, I've become unproductive. This is what I do. You say something like, TESSY, something like, I'm sitting like you, but I'm a mother. I have 4 children. I have 5 children. I have siblings. I still have the voice. I can multitask. I can do this. I can do that. I can look as beautiful as you are looking. And ask me, why I call myself a man? Why am I better than you? Why should I be getting more recognition than you? Yes. Now we know we are talking. But situation that you just tell me, and I just don't want you there, and not because I'm angry, either because I didn't get certain things and stuff like that, then we haven't started at all. We are still not showing a lot of the kind of resistance. In the metamorphosis, okay, or the pupa larva, and then you get to the butterfly that we all see and fly, it's tough. You have to break. You have to break the jinx. It is going to be tough. We are in a tough place, and we, if we are capable of breaking this, all these ones that we are calling bad news, all these ones that we are calling bad news, I used to call Ghana at one point in time bad news. We used to call Rwanda at one point in time bad news, and they are now the ones everybody is looking at. Yes, we can do it if we can come united. And if we choose that we are not going to be united, let's go our separate ways and decide what we are going to put in the center. God bless Nigeria.
But this visa ban, what do you think is the way forward?
The way forward is simple. Donald Trump, when he came back, first of all, they're making bans and unbans, trade here and there.
Tariffs and non-tariffs, hiking tariffs.
I'm going to mention a young person, highly talented, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, changed our trade minister. Dr. Oduwole came into the picture. She happens to be a lady. And I remember the very first thing that she did. Let me go back. Everybody was saying that oh, China, you have done this, you have done that. Nigeria was not just measured. Oduwole made it known to the American government that you will not have a choice but to come back to us. These are a lot of some of the things we are doing, and we are going close up. I don't know whether it's a coincidence, I don't know. But not long after that, it was relaxed for Nigeria. In other words, don't enter. But now, okay, look, you enter with certain conditions and all that. So what is the way forward? Yes, coming single entry for trims, because we messed it up collectively. If we begin to do some of the things we need to do right and begin to demonstrate them effectively, like Festus Keyamo did when he became the aviation minister, we can claw back and demonstrate the fact that you will be the loser and not us. When they were doing the immigration thing, I knew they were talking about the Mexicans and all that kind of stuff. The Nigerian community in the US, Donald Trump knows it very well. We continue to promote that kind of community and not allow the bad people to go spoil the broth for them by making sure that we openly punish those we find and see, people who will still inhale drugs and close their eyes and say go to Indonesia and they are going to be decapitated and all that. Those are the kind of things that we need to begin to put in place. Ojo said that we are already putting them in place. We are not going to go to Muritala Mohammed Airport and then see the stinking and the stinking. It is not as easy as we think, but if we all put our hands together, we'll be able to say, the sun, what is it? That said that? The sunshine of Nigeria, the rainfall and forest, no place be like my country. No place be like our country.
Yeah.
We are the ones that are spoiling
our country.
When we begin to do that, they begin to have, and we begin a new deal. They begin to see us as being different. They begin to see our fauna and flora. They begin to see our culture, our music, already making them to go gaga, including Donald Trump himself. They can't do without some of these things, but a few that are spoiling. Like a headmaster, you have done well. Go and read your book a bit properly. This is what you should do. Give you training. Comply with training. Let's make sure, like the black and the white keys of the piano, we want to play an orchestra. And the only way is to keep our houses neat and clean. I also feel that sooner than later, I don't know how to be able to back this with empirical. Sooner than later, I have good reasons, TESSY. Maybe I'm an optimist that this is going to be reversed in no distant future. I believe so. However, it is not going to be reversed if me and you we are looking at ourselves like that, and we are happy. Sorry. We are saying we want. Maybe behind you don't want. Maybe behind I don't want. That might be my reason why. You are the president. That should be a position. So why should I be happy that? So I will do everything to undermine one way or the other. Like I said, it's a whole jambalaya of amalgam of good, bad, and ugly that we have put together. Let's begin to sift the good, and the capacity to be able to sift the good lies with us all. That's my point.
Oh my God. Oh. It be like if they want to tell us what to we never hear before. To Baba yeah. Plus Soli Baba yeah. Sabada Bada Bada Bada. Don't be smarting. Don't be smarting. Don't be smarting. Smarting. I said no be smarting. No be smarting. No be smarting. Hey. Looking back to all the years that you and I have spent together, it seems like you've been playing me all along. So many times you asked me to put the whole of my trust in you. So many times you betrayed me and played me for a fool. Why don't we work together so the future will be brighter? Cause it be like you and I, we didn't need each other all the time. All the time. Another year has come. And now you want what I just want slow. No. Be like say you want to tell me another story again. Be like say you want to act another movie again. Be like say you want to go another coding again. Be like say you want to dance. La knocking you dance again. You want another song again. I say want to go. You want to go. See, all I wanna say is that they don't really care about us. Cause what they really want to do is just to get in touch with the bucks. Cause they think that the money gives them the power. But the power is nothing if your people cannot get quality education. The power is nothing if your people dying of disease and starvation. The power is nothing if your people have no peace. Oh, the power is nothing if your people cannot live in unity. Hey, see why you keep on deceiving the people, my brother, my sister. See why you make all these people to they fight one another. Oh no, only God can judge you now. 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 Another year has come. And now you want my folk once more. Oh, no. It be like say they want to tell me another story. It be like say they want to act another movie again. It be like say they want to do another deceiving again. Yeah. It be like say they want to dance again. They want to sing another song. They want to sing. It be like say they want to go. They want to dance. I dedicate this one to all of the shady politicians. We go promise and fail and they make the people in harsh conditions. Yeah. Dedicate this one to all of the shady politicians. Yeah. Why don't you change your ways? Change your ways now. Make the people live As you see me so, oh, I'm not send you, oh, all of the shady politicians. As you see me so, oh, I'm not send you, oh, all of the shady politicians.
All right, it's Rise Up Lagos and it's Rise Up Nigeria. We still have Akifatuke in the house this morning. All right, then we are doing our newspaper review. We've been talking about the immigration issue Nigeria face, growing via others in UK, US, Canada, and UAE, even other countries. All Nigeria, and the way forward is just for we to come together and prove them wrong and tell them we are the champion. They should stand up for us. We are the champion of Africa. All right, now to 2027. This is still 2025. These teachers are not thinking about us. If you ask me, this is 2027, and they are all talking about coalition, how to seat the sitting administration, the sitting president, and that is what they're talking about. How to unseat. They need to unseat him. And when we look at this coalition, just like I just had, is it coalition of fusion? And when you look at their houses, when you look at the houses in disarray, because some people are for this people, some people are for this people. And for me, just like Ribadu is wanting the opposition, Ribadu wants them. That is Vanguard banner headline today. Don't underestimate Tinubu. Ribadu wants opposition. This is 2027. In history, if you're familiar with history, they said Obasanjo came up with coalition, but he couldn't stand the test of time. And I'm looking at this new coalition that everybody wants to become the president in this party. And they are not even talking about the visa ban. What they are talking about is mocking the president, mocking the administration on the visa that we are facing in Nigeria, in the presidency for we not being invited to United States for the summit that is ongoing, which some West African states and Central African states have been invited by President Trump. What we are hearing is mocking. What we are seeing is they are mocking. They are not offering solution. And I look at this coalition. What exactly is their mission? Is their mission? And when you look at the ingredients, now I'm referring to the people in the coalition. They're all people that have ruled Nigeria. There is no newbie among them. Talk about their chairman of the party. Talk about the secretary of the party that is still on hold. That there's some youth wing, some part of the ADC are saying they're not accepting him as the secretary, the interim secretary, and the interim chairman. David Mark was once a Senate. The secretary was once a governor of a state. He was an interior minister as well. I think for me, I believe that we should go and trace all their jobs. We should go back and see how they've impacted Nigeria, what they did during the time, and let's see what is happening now. I do say I don't belong to any political party, and I will not belong to any political party. But that will not stop me from saying the truth. I can to this coalition. A lot has been ongoing and they've been doing a lot. In the north, I think they are massive, powerful in the north. Do you think they can stand the test of time? And what do you see? What do you think about all the people involved in this coalition?
Thank you very much. Let me make it clear. People are free to come together to take a decision or undecide on what they believe or don't believe in. And it won't be the first time we are going to have that. Even the incumbent in Bola Ahmed Tinubu also did what you can call coalition of different parties with specific identities deciding to agree on certain things that should be done by way of power sharing. We should be president, should not be president, and all that. Having said that, I am afraid it's the same way of, at all costs, just anything but Jonathan. But going through it in a little bit of a structured way. It didn't mean that they were birds of different feathers, of different bedfellows. But quite a number at that time decided to bury their what call it, ambition or whatever, and they had a reason why they had to do some of those reasons. Some of them were June, by June I mean be laughable and all that. Situations, for instance, when you are talking about fuel subsidy or no fuel subsidy, the one that Bola Tinubu is now championing at that point in time became things that he was not going to champion. It's the way of politics. I expect, therefore, for instance, to take that will be the second point. The first point, like I said, is maintain your identity, decide and come together, decide where you are going to take up a particular party or you are going to seek for registration of a particular party under the kind of process that you should undergo. Second one, of course, is that at the end of the day, you take policy issues and you tackle them headlong. So I'm expecting to hear, for instance, that this fuel subsidy that was taken off, no, we're not going to take off the fuel subsidy. We are going to reverse the fuel subsidy and begin to sell fuel at 20 naira or 30 naira. Like Professor Tam David West said at the onset of the Buhari administration. You understand? Food. We have to make food to be yafun yafun. This is exactly what we are going to be doing. Boko Haram or no Boko Haram, we assure you, we know where the Boko Haram people are. We are going to decimate them. This is what we are going to do about the military. This is what we are going to be doing this about that. I'm afraid I'm not seeing that. But what I am seeing, which I think is similar, anything but Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Anything but Jonathan at that time. But in doing that, you have come across a mastercraft in the game. The Jagaman of Borgu, who also will not sit down and then allow certain things to happen without he playing his own bit of chess on the ground. But I've had hunger and anger. It is true. It is there is hunger. Everybody is hungry. Things have gone. Go and look at all the indices. Our inflation is at all-time high. Food production is gone down because we have decimated ourselves, and the only solution to it is to give money that we have been able to take subsidy, even though the subsidy is still there. You still keep on lying about that, and give more money to debts and all that. Please go and do something. Some of these have taken this money and they have looked for some youths and show them how they can marry more wives and provide some things for them, because that is the way of their culture. Some states, which are not even necessarily the ruling states, have decided that look, we are going to try and give light to all people. Labour Party in Abia State is doing fantastic well. The PDP party in Enugu State is doing a lot of greenery. Not to talk about, don't let's even talk about the ruling party. So these governors who now have more money have been able to clear their debts are now saying, hey, wait a minute. Should I continue with a set of people that is all promising have not been able to put their houses in order? They are there because they didn't get certain positions, or they are there because, just that I'm just angry, and I'm angry and I'm going to try and pull down. TESSY, I make commentaries on radio and television. I think they are right. We are hungry. We are angry in good sense. I'm talking those in the bottom pot. I am looking forward to response that is going to come from the ruling government. I have a feeling. Yes, they are elitists. And their priorities is to take care of themselves and all that. No doubt about that. I have a feeling that strategy is likely to change. It happened before during the Muritala Mohammed, uh, administration, where people were also hungry and angry, and the whole place was flooded with food. Now, that may go against the certain policies that I said that look, let demand and supply go on, but the factors surrounding diving into the commanding heights is now changed. So, if we now have money that we are giving to states, and we feel that the states are not doing well enough, can we all get together, husband and wife? My dear, my husband and all that, things are not going on fine. I'm going to reduce what I give for housekeep for 20. I'm also going to reduce my own outings and my own socials by 50. 40 plus 20, 60, that's 60. Let us take it out there and go and see how we can take care of the poorest of the poor. We talk to the governors and the local government, and then we all get ourselves together and say, look, we need two things. One, making life difficult for our people. We need to flood the country with food. While flooding that, I know some attached things, because Nigerians too will decide they're selling across the border, and that is why the ECOWAS thing, even though we need bilateral relations that ensure that while we take care of all our neighbors, we're taking care of ourselves. I foresee in not too distant future that all these shenanigans that we have in our electricity, Ban A, Ban B, Ban C, when things are not coming, yes, I recognize that sector needs funding, they need to be recapitalized and all that. They need to do this and stuff like that all through the time of our newfound
we have to go. It's 10 o'clock.
Champion of democracy in Obasanjo. Please, we need to subsidize that so that we can make life much more easier. I am saying this because when Ribadu says don't underestimate, I heard you when you said warning. No, I think it is advised, not warning, because you don't want to try. You wait for how the master of the game is going to make a response to these people that are hungry for their markets, perhaps hungry because they don't want to.
He has said their IDPs in policies, their internal displaced people.
So, Lord help us. Right now, we don't know whether Obi will be the president,
or Atiku,
or he will,
or Rotimi Amechi,
or that is the difference between what we had then and what we are now having now. And a house divided by itself, we are back to 23. God help Nigeria.
God bless Nigeria. And that is how we bring the show to an end today. We thank you, all our listeners. To those who watched on Facebook, on YouTube, we appreciate you. We appreciate those who comment. Those who shared, we thank you so much. It's Champion 90.7 FM and it's Rise Up Lagos, Rise Up Nigeria. The show continues again tomorrow at 7 a.m. We'll drive you all the way from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. by God's grace. And tomorrow is going to be fun again in the studio because it's weekend. It's the start of the weekend. It's thank God it's Friday by the grace of God. All right, my name is Teresa Adeyemi. Let's keep praying for the country. Let's keep hoping for the country. And let's prove to those people that are looking now on us that we are the giant of Africa for a reason. So many reasons, not just a reason. And we are still the giant of Africa. And we will continue to be the giant of Africa. Nobody dares there's kick us away from that spot. All right, aka the game changer, popularly known as TESSY Taiwo. What will you say?
Thank you for listening to us today. We love you.
No, yeah,
Tomorrow.
I can hear. All right, all right. Asuka, thank you for coming.
Always a pleasure to be,
Hope to see you next Thursday.
by the special grace of God.
I'm sure you're not going to miss the way.
That is, if you don't correlate or confuse against my I mean.
At all, I will do that. All right. See you again tomorrow on the show. And up next, our markets with Amaka Ogunleye. And today is environmental sanitation in all market here in Lagos State. Hopefully, I know she's there. She's monitoring or interviewing people there. Just hold on. She will join you very soon. Don't touch that dial. I'll leave you with beautiful and lovely music. If you ask me this morning, now will I go ask?
Go ask. The matter where we see so the terror is start. No be big or tall. Be heavy for mouth. If you ask me, the matter round. Now who I go ask? If you ask me, now who I go ask? No matter where we see, so where it start. No be me go talk, be heavy for mouth. If you ask me, the matter for ground. Now who I go ask?